Bum. Plop. Bum ba bum bum ba ba. Dreamwork music. Bum ba da da. Da 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 ba 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 da. More Dreamwork music. Ding ding ba ding ding. Dreamwork music. Dreamwork music extended due to extra long scene. Ba da ba da ba da da ba da ba da 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 ba. I wish I could have inserted real Disney or DreamWorks music here. Ba da 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 da. Oh, ba da 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 da. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. DreamWorks music here. Hey, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Building Your Comments. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a request from Ariana Reynolds, HO2PS, to build ourselves a moon. I really found this build to be really interesting, so hopefully y'all stick around for the end result. Today, we're going to be trying out another editing style similar to the Nether Fortress build, so hopefully it turns out well. First things first, we gotta make sure we have our little platform to build the moon. So we're starting off in the middle of the ocean because why not? I don't want a big shadow encumbering the land, so I decided the ocean would be the best. Now that we have a little base to build our moon on, we gotta build ourselves some circles. And since I don't want to go puny and go small, I decided to go ahead and build some pretty big circles. Specifically circles with a diameter of 63. Let's just say this project took me well over 4 hours to completely do, and all things considered, it came up pretty well. The hardest shape in Minecraft to build, in my opinion, is the, well, I shouldn't say the hardest shape, I should say the hardest basic shape to build in Minecraft is a sphere. And on top of building a sphere, I had to make it into a crescent because I decided a crescent moon is the most iconic type of moon. Like, if you see, like, a full moon, you don't always think moon, you might just think it's a circle, I don't know. I think a crescent moon is more iconic than a full moon. And before anything is said again about me skimping out on the build, just realize, since I was testing out this entire shape, I filled in the entire thing, because I wanted to make sure I could break blocks, and still have blocks behind it easily so I could replace them. I wanted to be able to shape the moon to what I wanted, so I did this really slowly. This was an absolute pain. I'm also not going to bore y'all with too much of me trying to build this, because I kept on going back and forth between each side, trying to figure out how I built the other side to make sure it looked right on both ends. Again, I hate building symmetrically because of this reason. I hate having to go back and forth trying to figure out what's going on. I'd rather just place some blocks here and like, okay, that's cool. If I go to the other side, I'm like, what did I do over there? I don't remember, so I'm just gonna make something up and hope it works. But now that we have the full moon shape, we get to start working on decoration, but before that, we want to make sure it looks good from a distance. And our viewing point is mostly going to be from down here in the main city. So how does it look from down here? I think it looks pretty good. I love this look, and I am really happy with the way it turned out. I'm just assuming it's going to look better at night, which it did. And yeah, let's wait to see that. Now for everyone's favorite part, texturing. This took a lot of time as well. This one did not take as much time as it did to actually build the shape. This one took about an hour and 30 minutes or so. It wasn't too bad. Just figuring out where blocks would go to make the thing look interesting was fun. I used a big variety of blocks, including sandstone, its variants, birch, planks, and copper. Copper was actually interesting because it brought a nice splash of color to the build, and overall, I think it made the build look pretty nice. Also, the style of placing blocks that I had was not exactly texturing, it was more of a shading. I wanted to make sure that the shadows were accurate and made sense, and I also wanted this thing to be very vegetative, which is very opposite of what the moon is, as we all know and know about it, I guess. Yeah, basically I just wanted something that would look visually appealing and different from what we know, and I guess unique in its own way. I think by adding the vegetation to the build, it added a lot of contrast in terms of colors, with yellows to the greens, and I think it looks really nice. I am happy with the way the vegetation work turned out. Another important feature of the moon is the fact that it glows. Well, I wouldn't say glows, it just reflects the sun's light. So one of the features I wanted to make sure that my moon had was the fact that it glowed in the nighttime. And to do that, I used a lot of glow lichen, and I think that was the only block I used in terms of lighting. What was going on with that llama? Anyway, that's fine. Another feature I wanted to add to this moon was a house on the inside. So we got to working on that at the very end, which took about around 20 to 30 minutes. Wasn't too much, but it was interesting trying to figure out a shape to the house. But as for what I put inside the house, it wasn't that interesting. It's about what I put in most houses, which was like a stairway, a bedroom, and a living room. I would have done more, but I ran out of time for this week to build, so I decided just to call it quits where I was and maybe come back to this build again in the future if I wanted to expand upon this interior. Anyways, let's go ahead and get a nice look at this build. First, from the exterior, we get to see the nice vegetation that covers this entire moon. I am happy with the way that the vegetation doesn't overpower the entire build in terms of replacing all of the colors that I've hidden inside of it, such as the copper. Of course, this area right here is still a little wonky because of the interior and trying to fit it to the exterior. I think it's fine. It's hard to notice enough. Maybe just a little bit more there, and yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, let's look at the other side real quick. Look, it's just as good in my opinion. That never happens. Most of my builds tend to only look good from one angle. Otherwise, they tend to look a little funny. But yeah, let's go on to the interior where we get to see what I've done. Yeah, luckily I put those vines in there to get up easily. So we got ourselves some bookshelves, a nice little area to sit, a window. Upstairs we got ourselves a bed, some railings, and another huge window to see the Fort Vader. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, completely free to do, and helps me out greatly. If you have any suggestions for what I should build next, leave them down in the comments below, and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. And if you like my content in general, hit the subscribe button. Also free to do and helps me out greatly because it lets me know that y'all like my content. And if you want to be notified of exactly when I post an episode so you can be one of the first people to watch it, hit that little bell. Anyways, thank you for watching. And of course, have a good one.